we wouldn't exist. So thank you all so much. We're going to open it up with a prayer from Bill Lucas.
Uncover, please.
Hats off.
Gracious Heavenly Father, Lord, we come to you today. I ask forgiveness for my sins and pray that you would hear us. I ask, Lord, that you would bless this gathering. We thank you for this wonderful day, Lord. I thank you for this place. I thank you for Mike and Galia White and all the other Gold Star parents that are here today, Lord. I ask that you just watch over us, embrace what goes on here today, Lord. Thank you for all the groups that are represented here today, all the branches of service, law enforcement, Lord. We love you for it, and I ask the special blessing over the hunters who are in here today, Lord, wounded heroes. I pray that you just keep them safe for their stay here and for their journey home. And if it be your will, Lord, that we might bag a couple big birds. I also pray, I pray, Lord, for the continued success of this organization, so near and dear to a lot of our hearts. I pray, Lord, for the supporters that work here. And I pray for our leaders of our state and of our nation. I pray, Lord, that you would slap some sense into them and lead us back to the greatness that we have all, some of us have served and that we all love. And I ask all of this in Jesus' holy name. Amen. Amen.
Give it up for my husband, Bill Lucas. Okay, and also, another thing that really makes this place work is our Camp Hope board members. They're all running around. Raise your hand if you're on our board. Just give them an extra little thank you for all they do. Okay, now without further ado, I present to you Mike and Galia White.
Nothing to say. Again, I want to thank everybody for coming today. A lot of you have not been here before. I see a lot of new faces and some have. I've heard comments from some people about how things have changed since the last time they've been here. And we always want to try to make this some sort of continuous improvement. We always want to improve on what we do. What I'd first like to do is we got some special guests here, and I know Donna mentioned them. And I do want to get our veterans that are here for this week to hunt. Everybody's standing up for the most part. Do me a favor, as I call you, come in here. Razorback, I'm looking at you because I can't say your name. Get up here. Ask, right? Handy. And if anybody can figure out how to understand that language she's speaking, if you're from Arkansas, we're all right. I got Adam Hand. Is Adam Hand here yet?
Yes.
Where is Adam Hand?
Up there. I'm displeased.
No, stay up there.
They're up in the cabin.
He's coming, they're coming? Well, we need to get them down too, but I haven't even met Adam yet. He just got here this morning. Brandon Garrison, is he down here? Our hunters are already in the woods. Valerie Brown. Oh, I hear Valerie. There she is. Tom Collum, I know he's a Missouri boy, he's here somewhere. Tom, where are you at? Oh, there he is. We got two guys that are coming today that I'm not sure if they're here yet or not. Rye Goroff. Rye's actually a repeat. He's coming down with another young man named Jared, and I ain't even going to try his last name. We're looking forward to having him in. Jared is actually a 100% disabled veteran, but he's also a Gold Star brother. So, looking forward to having him this week. We got some guys that are here from Fort Leonard Wood at the WTU. Let me see where you guys are, because honestly, I've been sick for the last couple of days, so I haven't seen who came and who hasn't. Staff Sergeant Glore, are you here? I guess not. Staff Sergeant Kane.
Everybody is hiding.
They're out hunting.
Well, I don't know what they're hunting for.
Master Sergeant Jimenez, Staff Sergeant Coran. I know he's here because I talked to him. And there's a Staff Sergeant Carpenter. I know they're around here. We got a young man named Rod Lippold from Michigan. He's probably hunting too. That is. That's one of our Fort Leonardville guys. And then of course I also want to reintroduce to you some of the guys that have been with Camp Hope for a very long time. And they are the ones that actually come back and want to give back themselves. And trust me, they are some awesome turkey callers. Where's Greg Crane? Oh, retired Sergeant First Class Greg Crane. Where's the little one-legged buddy, Bobby?
He's hiding in the back.
Bobby Lang's here too. Everybody, I'm sure by now, Bobby's one of the first hunters. Bobby, we've been putting up with him for 8 years and we wouldn't have it any other way. Without him, we wouldn't have to fix anything, so we like having him.
And we still love him,
That guy can tear up an anvil. And then we've got a female vet that's back here. She was here for one of our float trips, but she's an excellent turkey caller. Actually, she's on a pro staff for a turkey call company, and that's Maria.
Where you at, Maria?
Where's Maria? I'm not going to try her last name. There she is.
He's always causing trouble.
And actually, we're glad to have her with us this year. This is a good time for her to come back, and we're going to let her guide some of these other folks that are here. Probably stick one of the ladies with them. They keep up about the same pace.
You're in some, you better get your waders.
Now y'all can have a seat.
It's getting deep.
Thank you so much. Thank you for service, Sergeant. I also want to say thank you to all of you, because all of you have served. If not everyone of you, I'd say 90% of you has wore the uniform for one branch of our service, and thank you. Doesn't matter, even though we talk crap, if it's Marines or you never hear the Air Force say anything. But the Army and the Marines, they always got to be talking crap. But when you come here, it doesn't matter what uniform you wear.
Yeah, you never catch the Navy doing it.
We got I know I've got my Sergeant Major here from STDC. Sergeant Major Kevin McKellar, where are you?
Right here.
Where is he? Glad to have him. He just took over the command Sergeant Major at STDC, and that's actually where I work, so I got to behave in front of him because he's and I'm not sure, but Major General Dave Clarkson was due in today, and I'm not sure if him and his wife are here or not.
Right over there.
Are they here? Well, welcome, Major General Clarkson. Then I got some real special guests I would like to introduce today. And unfortunately, it's a sad reason that they've become special guests. But this is the reason why we have Camp Hope. We have it to honor our fallen by helping our wounded. And Woody and Heather Wooderson. There's Heather. Where's Woody? These are our Gold Star bearers. We are honored to have them with us today. And actually, we're honored to have them be part of Camp Hope. They've been down here for a couple of weeks, especially Woody working, and we wouldn't have that any other way. We like having them here. And then we got Lisa and Mark McGregor. Where are you guys?
Lisa.
There they are. Just some more local Gold Star papers. It's a sad thing that we do what we do, but it also is a rewarding thing for those of us that suffered that tragic loss. And it just goes to show you what this place really means to people and the reason that it's here. I'll give you a quick little history lesson on Camp Hope. Of course, I lost my son in 2006, or we did, and that first deer season was a little tough. So while I was sitting in the woods, wasn't doing much hunting, I decided that something like this would work. Well, 8 years later, you all have made a testimony that it makes it work.
Amen.
I think we will continue to do this forever. We have some plans for Camp Hope coming up in the near future, and I'm sure folks will really get to see what that is. we're gonna start involving some of our veterans in our board of directors. We're gonna start them on a path because those are the folks that's gonna have to take this thing and run with it when we're too old to do it. And I feel like I'm getting that way now. I do want to say we got some special things going on here. You have to excuse our mess. A lot of the grounds are tore up. A lot of our food plots are tore up. But we had Fairmount Santoral out of Perryville. And I know, is Jordan here today? And I'm not sure if he is, but I can tell you what, we were wanting to build a handicap accessible, wheelchair accessible skeet range. And they called me on the phone and said they wanted to do it. So they gave us $18,000 to build a skeet range. And it would have been done for this day had it not been for Mother Nature all winter. So that is coming. So anybody that likes to shoot skeet, Camp Oak's going to have a first-class skeet range. The Crane Foundation also gave us the money to put in an archery range. Cabela's is going to provide the targets, and we already started, but we'll have a wheelchair accessible 3D archery range. I don't think there's another one of them in the state. Not every wheelchair will go, but I'm sure you all have seen the track chairs. They're going to be able to handle it, no problem at all. Fairmount Santoral also, after giving us $18,000 for the skeet range, wanted to do more. So a couple of weeks ago, they got with the people they buy their equipment from, and I know most of you from this area have heard of Fabic Caterpillar. Fabic Caterpillar sent us down 2 track hose, brand new bulldozer, 3 skid steers, and all the fuel that we needed to clear about 9 more acres of ground back here for food plots to make it easy hunting for our veterans. The other thing that we did while we were here, the track chairs used to be limited to where they can go. Now, if we got somebody that needs a track chair, they can cover the entire 200 acres down in this bottom. So, with that being said, that was a big, big plus for what we need to get done. So, they're still not going to be able to go up on the mountain. I don't think we'll ever move those rocks, but at least they're going to be able to move around down here. Other than that, I cannot say how much I appreciate you all being here. Big E, I don't know what we'd do without you cooking for us all the time. And anybody that's been here before has ate his stuff, so we know it's good. Ron Schaefer, he's always there to help us do stuff. There's so many people. I know the board of directors was introduced a while ago, but I'm going to tell you, without them, a lot of things wouldn't have got done, especially in the last couple days, and this last 8 years. We've even got people that aren't on our board that do special things for us. Cindy Surdike, I know she's here somewhere. Cindy takes care of our women's workforce and food. But there's just so many people that are involved in doing everything. This place runs constantly. There's something every day that goes on, even if it's behind the scenes. So it does take a lot to do this, but it's days like today that just make it all worthwhile. When we see these guys and gals out in the woods next week and they come back with a smile on their face and they go home a different way than they left, we know we've done our job. And then when someone calls us and says thanks for making a difference in our life, that's how we get paid. So that's what we like the most. But again, everybody enjoy the day. Make yourself at home. If you need anything at all, ask me, ask somebody. We've got it. We'll find it. So again, thank you and enjoy the day today. And just enjoy and have a good time. Enjoy the food.
Okay, now comes the fun part. We have a few people, a handful of people that would like to either present or give a donation. And first on my list is Wendy Goff and Tom Vogt, who do the Steve Spring Fling every year.
Hello, thanks for coming down. We have our annual Steve Spring Fling. We've been doing this for quite a while. This year, numbers were down. It was kind of cold. People were chicken. We still went out and braved it, and the auction pulled us through. We are presenting $2,376. At the Elks Lodge in DeSoto, we also help with the, we had Country Fried Steak Night once a month for Camp Hope, and we are presenting a check for $909.
Jim, why don't you take a picture? I have. Oh, okay. I see what you're taking pictures of.
Okay,
a man
next
like
up,
that.
you guys see all these rough-looking dudes in the green night vests? Yeah. Well, we're gonna have the president, the vice president, and sergeant at arms from the Green Knights.
Sexy dude.
The Green Knights were actually introduced out
Raise
here.
that microphone up.
Microphone,
Hold it up.
Matt.
There you go.
There you go.
Just because I'm a radio operator, doesn't mean I know how to use this crap. We were actually introduced out here through another chapter of ours. And the former president out of that chapter actually served with Mike's son. That's how we found out about out here. That was 2 or 3 years ago now. We can't imagine this place without what everybody else out here does to help it, the rest of our brothers and sisters. We do what we can, and we got a little bit of a check for $1,000. And I got a bit of a wall hanger for you that I'm gonna make you read.
Wow.
Jim, take it.
You want me to read it?
Yes.
It says, these colors are presented to Camp Hope by the Green Knights, MMC, Chapter 18, Scott Air Force Base, in recognition of your continued dedication to our nation's heroes. Those who support Camp Hope, may your work here never waver. To those who visit Camp Hope, may you forever know the love of the Veteran Brotherhood. May the legacy and spirit of Camp Hope grow stronger with each generation. Awesome.
White and pal right over there.
Awesome, guys.
Thank you guys so much. Is there a Cynthia and Robert Fauser here? I was just handed a check earlier, written out to Camp Hope for $200 from them. On to the second page. Oh, and before I forget, yesterday we had a bit of a dilemma with our flagpole. It just broke. The line broke on it, and as you can see, it's up pretty high. So one of our veterans was here, and he says, "No worries." He makes a phone call into Grand Reynolds Station Rentals, and asked for a lift, and he said, "Come and get it," and he got it fixed for me, donated it, and everything. So thank you so much to Grand Reynolds Station. Okay. Up next, I have Jeff Valley that has a few things he'd like to say.
Jeffrey!
Is Jeff Phelps here anywhere? He was going to try to make it. He is with Sandberg Phoenix Law Firm, and Sue Schultz approached me about 3 months ago, and we got on. In a short story, we got on board, and they are going to be we're one of the top 3 recipients of their charity this year, and they had a trivia the other night and raised $2,700, but we won't get it till the end of the year. But they have 8 more events, and last year the top 3 ended up getting about $6,000 or $8,000, I think. So if he was here, I'd like to say thank you. But if Sandberg and Phoenix is going to be on board this year, and then we have a Veterans Resource Fair that's going to be going on at Bridal Ridge Acres in Hillsboro, Missouri, and it's put on by Comtree, and that'll be May 23rd.
One more time.
You can tell I'm a public speaker. Should be a politician. They're welcoming all veterans to come out, and all the writers groups, and anybody from any post or organization. And it'll be from 1 to 5 p.m. on Saturday, May 23rd. There'll be free hot dogs and chips and drinks. So come on out there. The Bridle Ridge Acres is really a nice facility. It's an old farm there in the middle of Hillsboro. If anybody, any group would like to have a flyer, I have the flyer. So that's really all I got to say. That's my stuff, and I'll move on.
He's from.
Thank you, Jeff Alley. He is also on our board of directors, folks. So, up next is Karen Lee with the St. Louis Metro St. Patrick's Day Parade.
Like I said, there was problems.
Good afternoon. I learned about Camp Hope a couple years after it started through my brother-in-law, my sister, Jeff, in Pali Valley. And I found out like 5 years ago that the St. Patrick's Parade is nonprofit after I've been there for 10 years, and they give away, extra money at the end to different organizations. So I told Jeff, let's get money from the parade. So I said, okay. Well, it took me 4 years to get it, or 5. I kept asking every year, and every member now knows about Camp Hope. Everybody knows about Camp Hope. So this year I didn't ask. I said, you know what? It's fine. They came to me and said, we have your check. So I went, give you the check for $1,000 from the St. Pat's Parade. Just keep doing what you're doing. It's working great.
Thank you so much. Up next, we have Ed Riff with the Festus Hog Chapter.
Eddie.
I'm a little embarrassed with all the preceding people that just got up here. First, I'd like to thank all the veterans, police, and firefighters for their service. I'm actually the past treasurer for the Festus Hog Chapter. They have unfortunately folded. And through some fundraising, mostly barbecues and stuff, we had some cold cash left over that we would like to donate to an organization that we think is most deserving. As I said, it's not very much, it's only $76, but we wanted you to have it.
You're fired.
I would like to recognize, not sure, but I think this is the first time for Sheriff Dan Bullock of St. Francis County. Is he still here? Thank you, sir. And I apologize for calling you the buzz. Okay. Up next is Vicki Brown with AMVETS Post 48 Ladies Auxiliary.
Vicky.
We have been giving donations for several years. Unfortunately, this year things were down a little bit, so it wasn't the amount we always give, because we appreciate every bit of work that everybody does out here, and we have so many members from Post 48 that participates here. We'd like to give a check for $165.
Thank you, Vicki. Up next, Michelle Francis with J98. The Boot.
72 businesses support our broadcast here today, so I've made a list for you to know who all participate in this. But I'll just read the certificate. In recognition of Camp Hope's vision in honoring the fallen by helping the wounded, J98 Radio and the 72 local businesses that supported the live broadcast of your open house on April 18, 2015 would like to present Camp Hope with a check for the amount of $1,125.40 to continue in your mission to provide free outdoor adventures to combat wounded veterans of the War on Terror and active duty combat wounded soldiers, Marines, airmen, and sailors. We thank you for your dedication. And I'm marrying a Marine.
Well, then he gets a big old fat hoorah. Okay, up next, let's go with Frank and Mary Moore. And I do hear that Mary is the boss of this whole thing, but they are with the Caseyville Police Department.
Yeah, he's the chief. Those were his words. That's true.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for everything. Last fall, our VFW in the village of Caseyville put on a couple of fundraisers, which I participated in. When it came time to bring the donation down to do it, the post commander invited me to come along. Mary and I came along. We saw that what awesome work that is going on down here, and we just thought we need to do a little bit more. We went back and talked about Camp Hope to so many of our friends and so many people around the village, and decided to do a barbecue fundraiser. We've done several barbecue fundraisers in the past for different causes and so on. Nothing has matched this because that people wanted to be involved in supporting our injured veterans, and it was overwhelming. And Mary says, "Keep this short and shut up." Get out. But due to the amount of support from the village of Caseyville and surrounding people, it gives me great pleasure. Okay, we worked 2 days on this, and during that time, she only yelled at me twice. Okay, and I probably deserved it a lot more other times, but
Non-stop for a second.
it was a lot of very it's very fulfilling just to be involved in this. And well, I have a check here from the Caseyville Fraternal Order of Police, Lodge 139, for $7,150. We were selling plates, and people would come up and put a $50 bill down. There was, we were overwhelmed. I tell you, that Friday night when we went home, she threatened to call domestic abuse hotline for it. But it was all well worth it. And then a friend of mine called me yesterday about something else, asked me how it was. How it had turned out, and he said, add another $100 to that. I said, well, I already got the check cashed, so I have another check here for another $100. Like Mary said, what we did was very small and very the easy part, what everybody does down there every day, and putting in all that extra time. And to our injured veterans, we that's who did the real sacrifice. So thank you very much.
Wow. Mary is in charge.
I was successful.
Well, that's going to be a hard act to follow, huh? Earlier we did mention the guys that were in for the hunt and the women, but Brandon Garrison and Adam, they were around back, so let's give them a round of applause. his little doggy Ralphie. Isn't he cute? And also, earlier we mentioned Biggie cooked the pork steaks, which he does so faithfully for us every year. And Kendrick's Catering. There's a couple here that is, I don't know, where are they?
They're clapping apparently.
Oh, they're inside doing what they do. So anyway, we can thank them for the hamburgers, hot dogs, and brats. Okay, so next up, we have Ron Schaefer with the O'Fallon VFW.
Ronnie.
That's O'Fallon, Illinois.
We forgive you.
That's okay, we'll let you stay.
A couple of years ago, I talked to Will about the fact that we needed an outside gathering place, and I suggested that our post build a pavilion, and he said, "What do you need?" And I said, "Just show us where it's at, where you want it, and we'll do it." And so we built the pavilion down the way, and at that time, I got together all my young friends. I'm 68 and I was one of the youngest ones. So a dozen of us came down here several times, but when we went to put the pavilion up, it was about 20 degrees warmer than it is today. And we're down in that hole with the average age about 70 years old. And the only thing I asked, I called Will and I said, "You have plenty of drink down there?" He says, "Oh, we got tons and tons of drinks." Well, I came down, I looked in the bottom there, I found 14 cases of beer and 2 bottles of water. Luckily, I'm the logistics guy, and I brought several cases down. I didn't have much to do with the building. As my wife will tell you, I need instructions to handle a wheelbarrow. But I kept them watered and kept them alive, and they loved every minute of it. Now, the point of the whole thing is, after you have eaten, you're going to need to have a walk. For those of you that don't want to walk, get a mule ride down to the pavilion. I want you to see the memorial. We have plaques up there that these are plaques of deceased veterans. Has nothing to do with being killed in war. It has to do with veterans who deceased, who are in need of a memorial. For my thinking, that's going to be standing here as long as Camp Hope is, and we know how long that's going to be. So, also, I'm enticing you to come down there because I have a glorious attendance prize, not a raffle, attendance prize, and I want everybody to get their name in there. It's a great big basket of chocolates and wine and glasses, and we're going to give that away. We're going to give that away about 3 o'clock. Now the reason, don't worry if you're on a bike, or if you're not here at 3 o'clock, you will put the town you live in next there, and we'll get it to a Camp Hope supporter who will notify you by email, and you can pick it up. So I want everybody to come down there, look at our memorial pavilion. Some people have asked me, I'm not dead yet, but can I make a donation or get a plaque? I've always abstained from doing that because I don't want to be the one that puts a plaque up there and then you die the next day. I have that on my conscience. So what we've decided to do is you can have your plaque made, or anybody, and we will keep it here at Camp Hope, and upon your death, we will mount it up there. And you look around there and you say there aren't a whole lot of spaces. Yes, there are a lot of spaces, and if we run out of spaces, we'll build another pavilion. So please come down to the pavilion and take a look at what we got.
Okay, up next is Sid Staten with the Military Order of the Purple Heart.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Veterans, thank you all for your service. Active duty, thank you for continuing to serve. I am Sid Staten, the commander of the Military Order of the Purple Heart, Chapter 125 in Fenton. I need to take just a few moments here. I know it's getting warm out there, but back in '07 is when I first met Bill or Will or Mike. He told me today how he came about all those names. But in '07, my chapter had a vision to recognize all the families of the KIAs in Missouri from Iraq and Afghanistan. So go Star families. God bless you. We love you. We had that vision to recognize them by giving them a memorial plaque over their fallen hero. So we started ordering plaques made by a gentleman out of Louisiana who is associated with the Military Order of the Purple Heart. And from that time, and since that time, we have had 5 Fallen Hero ceremonies. The last one being July 20th of 14 at American Legion Post 400 in Fenton, where our chapter also meets. All gave some and some gave all. We cannot go far enough to thank families for the sacrifice that's been paid that we may keep our freedom. So today, if Mr. and Mrs. White would step forward outside in front of me, please, I would appreciate it very much.
She's shy.
I gotta go up front. Get up front.
My officers are with me today. Ray Fawcett to my left is my senior vice. Bill Ball to my right is our website manager and trustee, and our Sergeant at Arms, Jim Earhart. But it's not about us. When we created a wall, decided what we wanted to honor, we decided it's not about us. It's about those families and those heroes who have fallen. So at this time, I want to present Bill and his wife with a memorial plaque of their son, Christopher.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. It's an honor to be here today.
Thank you. Welcome anytime. Guys, thank you.
I'd like to invite everybody to stop downstairs and look at the Wall of Honor for our Missouri Fallen Heroes.
Thank you, fellas, so much. For those that haven't seen that wall, you really need to go check it out. It's pretty cool. Up next, she really didn't want to speak, but this lady over here, her name is Pat Schwebker, and I believe her lady friend Pat Bowman made several quilts for our cabins. And their intention, they've only got some of them here today, but their intention is to make one for each of our beds. A lot of hard work goes into this, and they do have one that they would like to show off a little bit. So we need Mike and Galia up here.
These are made out of jeans and fleece. Most of them on the beds are made out of camouflage, of course. But this is a special quilt that Miss Galia there asked Pat and Patty to make for Mr. Mike.
This is all of his old jeans.
Yeah, that was made with Mike's own blue jeans.
All of the materials and everything that these gals get is all donated for Camp Hope. And we also have, I play music at nurses' homes. We've got little old ladies in the nursing home making sock caps for up here, and scarves and socks and sock caps. It's all donated. So there's not a thing that we have to pay to do it. It all comes to Camp Hope. Thank you kindly.
Thank you guys so much. Now, is there anybody I missed? Did we all get covered? Okay, well, just a few things in my closing comments. Don't forget that I have raffle tickets that all benefits Camp Hope. We have some side-by-side raffle tickets over there under the t-shirt tent. And I also wanted to take the time to thank our new food coordinator that's probably in the kitchen right now, but Debbie Davis. She's done an outstanding job. Are you coming, Deb? Is she coming out?
Yes.
Do you want to say anything, Deb? Sorry, put you on the spot.
I just wanted to tell everybody thank you. And I always get choked up. From the bottom of my heart, it's just been wonderful. Thank you so much.
Okay, Debbie does take hugs, if anybody was wondering. Okay, so I think, is everybody hungry? Yeah. Well, my stomach's growling.
Hey, I like giving up for my bride to try
There's never an I, it's always we. Yeah, just 1 second, guys.
Tanya.
I know people are probably wondering why we have the horses here. No, it's not a petting zoo. No, we're not going to have pony rides.
They're good. Ain't that good beer?
We've been asked to come here today. My name is Tanya Crady.
I'm kidding, no.
And this is my bestie here, Tamara C.
That's what you need to go to.
We're both double certified in the
Ultra.
OK Corral series and also with EGALA. EGALA is Equine Assisted Growth and Learning. It is for life's lessons. It's to help us, to remind us that it's about the little things. Take a deep breath, relax. It's kind of like support dogs, but a little bigger. You can ask some of the veterans that we've already done sessions on what they think. And we're also going to do a group session. I'd really like to do the ones that are here first for the hunting, and then we'd like to do some individual ones as well. This is not therapy. Also, it can be used with a therapist. If you have a therapist or a counselor, it can be 80% more effective and efficient. But what we're doing here today is growth and learning. And I would just love for you to come join us down there.
Thank you.